Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelly. So glad you guys are here. Today, I got it. This is the Natasha Denona Love Face Palette. A little bit of controversy about this because it was kind of leaked at Look Fantastic. Sorry, my phone didn't get turned off. It's rude. This got leaked at Look Fantastic, which I think is a European site, and it shouldn't have been. It was a little late. Normally Natasha Denona does a Valentine's Day collection, and she didn't this year. You know, we've seen Cupid, we've seen Love, I think there's been another one. My minis and my larger palette is downstairs, and I currently have a broken ankle, so I'm not going down into the vaults to get it. Apologies for that. I can't do a compare contrast right now, but if you guys are interested, I'd be happy to come back in and we can see if the shades in this are similar to the other ones. My dog just laid down behind me. I do really enjoy the other two Glam Face palettes. I bought the medium and the darker one, or no, the lighter one and the darker one, and I use them. I use them quite extensively, actually. I use them a lot when I travel because I really like the combination of shades that are in there. For me, a 5-pan eyeshadow palette is just about perfect. The people that I've seen do reviews on this so far, because I literally just got this, I think it released yesterday, the day that I'm filming this. The people that picked it up early from Look Fantastic, which I did not because they'd already pulled it down by the time I saw it, they said the blush was horrible. I like kind of a bright fuchsia pop of blush, maybe even purpley. We're gonna start with that. I've actually got her brush set from her travel collection, the most recent release. I've got them clean, I think. So let's go ahead and try this out here. I'm curious. I do have some foundation on, and I do have a little bit of the Kaleidos, this Kaleidos contour kit, because I was looking a little swollen. I think I had a margarita or two last night. I don't get to leave the house very often, so yeah, I had heard that this blush was not the best, but I mean, it looks fine to me. Let me take this off here. Let's use this mirror. I'm filming upstairs in my home office as opposed to my normal regular filming studio, so I do have natural light in front of me right now. And it's before noon, so it's still early in the day. That gave us no ASMR. Of course, I was talking over the top of it too. All right, I can tell you that one of the things I like about these, and a lot of her palettes when she has cream products, she puts one of these, let's see if I can show it here. She puts one of these plastic protectors over the top of it. And this one does have a cream blush and a highlighter that doesn't feel like it's cream. I don't normally do too much with her highlighters, or just really any highlighters, because I'm not a highlightery kind of person. I don't have any Botox or anything like that right now. And I do, you know, show my age a little bit. All right, as far as this blush goes, it's not the worst blush that I've ever tried. Is it perfect for my skin tone? I'm not really sure whose skin tone that would be perfect for. It's a weird, almost like a white underbase to it. And most of the blushes that I use, frankly, are a little bit more on the corally, peach side. Okay, I was fully prepared to come in here and say, well, just because other people don't like that blush color doesn't mean I won't, which is kind of the premise of this the channel, right? We see a lot of YouTubers that are significantly younger than us ladies of a certain age. Some things that they say, oh, this is absolutely miserable, or this, you know, works really great, would absolutely not work for us at all. So I'm looking at that blush and I'm going, I kind of wish it were slightly warmer. I don't hate her cream formulas at all, typically. I am curious as to what's going on behind the scenes, why this was released early on Look Fantastic and then didn't get released here until after Valentine's Day. Real curious about that. I'm trying to decide when the right time of year for this blush color would be, if there is one for me. It's a little off. Darn. Okay, well, you know what? Let's get that eyeshadow on and we'll just see how it looks when we got all that said and done. I think maybe it needs the highlighter topper. Let's do that. Let's, I'm just gonna flip this brush over and we're gonna go into the highlighter right here. I've swatched it just because I wanted to see what kind of formula it was. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of it, and I think she does a lot of like highlighter draping. So maybe the idea is that it just really needs to be done together. Actually, you know what? I don't normally like a super glowy cheek, but that's actually really pretty. If I do a little bit more higher up on my cheekbone, or where my cheekbone would be if we could actually find them these days, and then drape down, I don't mind that. Interesting. Okay, that's the way you use this. Yeah, got a little bit of texture coming in right here, but that's not the makeup's fault. That's, I was noticing that earlier on mine too. Okay, that actually has a pretty good glow to the skin. I feel like I'm losing a little bit of definition in my cheek. So I'm just gonna go into my Kaleidos palette again here, and we're just gonna maybe deepen this up a little bit. It's not gonna really affect that pink too much. Might make it just slightly more gray, but I feel like my cheeks are down a little bit lower than I normally have them. I kind of need to play with this a little bit more, I think. All right, we're gonna take some more of that pink and just kind of bring it up here. I know we're kind of in a blush moment right now as far as trends of makeup, and that doesn't hurt my feelings at all because I love blush. Probably my most favorite beauty product. I would think that my favorite beauty products, if I had to on a deserted island, I would probably do mascara and some sort of tinted lip balm. Today I've got the Black Honey. I found a Clinique Black Honey recently and I was on wild hair. So I picked one up and it's iconic, right? All right, you know what? I think I'm okay with those cheeks now. Either they're growing on me or that highlighter actually made a huge difference. I'm just gonna put a little bit more of it up here. Yeah, that's the way you wear this blush, you guys. You have to do the highlighter on it. All right, moving on. Let's play with some of the eyeshadows. I kind of want to do 3 looks with this palette, but what time is it? I have a few minutes. I don't know that I can get through 3 looks. I feel like you can get 3 looks with this. I feel like this is a look for sure. I think this is a look for sure. I think that's a look. I kind of want to use all of them right now, which is probably not appropriate. Let's do 2 looks. I'm gonna do 2 looks. Actually, let's do 3. We're gonna do 3 looks with this palette. I'm gonna do 1 look on one eye, 1 look on the other eye, and then I'm gonna come back and do a 3rd and final look. You guys cool with that? We're gonna start with this pink right here called Juliet. I think it's called Juliet. Yeah, it looks like they're all female names. I'm just looking at my brushes that I have. Yeah, I think this will be the right one. Okay, so I'm taking the pink Juliet, and I don't have any eyeshadow primer on. I really actually like an eyeshadow primer when I'm trying to get the eyeshadows to really pop, but it has to be an opaque eyeshadow primer and not a translucent one. You get one that's, you know, just translucent. I think that's really good if you're gonna be doing something with a lot of shimmers and you want it to be very smooth, or want the staying power of an eyeshadow primer. I don't care about it staying on right now. And this pink might show up better with a, I'm gonna take a little bit, I'm gonna take it all over the lid. Might show up better with a white based or a super opaque eyeshadow primer. Oh my gosh, I can hear my son's music from downstairs. He's right below me. I don't know if my camera's picking up. I know it's picking up the furnace, so I apologize for that. Yeah, you know what? I'm not a pastel lover, and that shade's okay. It's, to me, it's a contour shade. It's an accent color. It's not the full color that I want people to see. I really want to try this fuchsia in here called M. And I'm gonna flip this brush over and just get on a little bit of the smaller side. And we're gonna tap it into the crease. And then we'll kind of flip the brush over and blend it in. You know, knowing that the other 2 face palettes, they're similar in the sense that they do have, you know, the blush product, the highlighter, and cohesive color story. I don't wear a ton of pink, but I do certain times a year, right? I'm gonna take that down, all the way down to the lash line here too. So, you know, winter time for me is great for pinks and cool tones. Even into spring. I don't wear a ton of pinks in the summer, just typically. But if pink is really kind of your forte, I can see using this all year round, sure. Okay, the middle one is called, I think it says Ico, this one right here. We're gonna take a little bit of that. And this is the shade in this palette that makes it so versatile to me, because I think we can easily use it in any eye look when we want to either deepen that up, give your eye a little contour, or use it as a liner. And I just kind of flip the brush over to do some blending. You know what, as far as mattes go, it's a great formula. I actually, it may be sacrilegious, but I think I actually like Natasha Denona's formulas better than Pat McGrath's formula sometimes. That doesn't necessarily mean that I like her color story quite as much. I mean, I think Pat McGrath is a lot more innovative. But out of the three, you know, makeup divas, if you're thinking Charlotte, Pat, and Natasha, Charlotte's very safe, you know. That's actually very fun. I'm gonna do something a little controversial to many people. I have something in my eye. All of a sudden my eye started burning a little bit, which is strange. I'm gonna take this highlighter right here. This is the one I used on my cheek, and I'm gonna put it on my lid. Something is irritating my eye. I hope it's not that one of those eyeshadows. I guess we'll find out when we flip to the other eye, huh? All right, that highlighter as an eyeshadow is super pretty. And again, I apologize if it's gonna start getting red and irritated. It's just because my eye all of a sudden started burning a little bit, and I don't know why. All right, you know what? Let's keep that the way it is because I think that's actually really fun and pretty. I'm just gonna kind of blend a little bit where I touched it. I love that. I think that's super pretty. And I think I got it up high enough where it's receding that hood. Yeah, that's very much a daytime look I would wear. Yeah, I need to put some mascara on, but let me switch over and do this side next. We'll give that a chance to kind of dry off a little bit. Oh, my son's music has stopped. All right, we're flipping over to this side. I'm gonna start with this bigger, fluffier brush that came in her travel kit, and we're gonna go into this. It's kind of a little bit more of a warmer, I'm gonna call it rosewood, but it's called Giddy. And rosewood is one of my favorite shades for both lips and eyes. It's not too pink, it's not too orange, just kind of, it's not too brown, I don't know. One of the things when I'm looking at a palette that I always ask myself before making a purchase, not always, usually, is can I get a work look? Can I get a daytime sort of fun look when I've got a little bit more time on my hands? And can I get a date night look? Can I get something that's super smoky, exotic, you know? I tend to do a lot more monochromatic color stories than anything else. That might be my work shade in this palette. We're taking this shimmer right here. Sorry for the crappy fingernails, you guys. I will fix them before tonight. I just haven't done it yet. Actually, I need to fix it before I film something else. I'm super excited. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. Some of my most viewed videos are not beauty videos. It should tell me something, right? But most of my most viewed videos are not beauty related. They're actually, I've got a tutorial on some nails that I did a couple years ago, and has crazy views. And then I also have a love affair with this brand called Pollen, and it's a French purse, leather goods kind of company. And I absolutely love their products, and my husband just gifted me a new one, so I'm gonna film a video on that. Stay tuned. I've had the views on those videos. I've done 3 of them with 3 different bags so far, and I think one of them has like 6,800 views. All right, we're taking this dark color again. This is the one that I'm slightly concerned made my eyes water last time, but I don't usually have any kind of reaction, so we're gonna pretend that it was just a fluke. And we're just kind of smudging this along the lash line, top and bottom. Ends up being kind of like a thick liner, but it's softer than if I would have done an actual liner. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and because this palette does not have an inner corner highlight for me, I could either do, in fact, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna take, I think I've cleaned this brush off mostly. I'm gonna go back on to the first side, and we're just gonna take that light pink and put that here, because I like the fact that this is kind of like an all matte look. And then on this side, I'm actually gonna take, I flipped the brush over, I'm gonna take one of the highlighter in here, and we're gonna put the highlighter right there. Yeah, I like that. Let's put some mascara on and we'll see how it looks. Okay guys, I'm back with some mascara on. Hopefully we're not too washed out with the natural light. I struggle with that sometimes. So this is the first look over here that I did. I threw in a little bit of mascara and I smudged on a little bit of one of her Tech eyeliners. This is the one in brown. Just out here because my eyes were leaking a little bit. And this look is fun. You know, it's predominantly matte except for that little bit of sparkle right on the lid that I got from the highlighter. I'm gonna actually put a little bit more on it right here. And I think that highlighter is actually beautiful, said by somebody who doesn't actually wear a lot of highlighter. So I think, yeah, that's okay. And I think the highlighter saved the blush a little bit, but I feel like I've got an application issue because I'm not a professional makeup artist, right? I feel like I brought it down too low. When I switch eyeshadows, I'm gonna actually wipe this off and we'll just keep it up higher and see if that makes a difference, because I don't wanna drag my face down any more than it already does. This side over here, love, love, love. This eyeshadow, this one right here, I didn't even, let me find a clean brush here. I didn't even spend too much time blending it in up here, which I probably could have. And I have no issues. This is gonna be the one that gets me, this trio over here on the side, which has Giddy, Affinity, and Ico. This is gonna be the one that gets me through daytime work, nighttime. Yeah, these three. Yeah, love, 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 love the way this looks. Super pretty. Do I love it with the blush though? The blush is looking just a little chalky, but it's not chalky. Looking a little Pepto-Bismol pink, which I don't know is super flattering. Let's do third and final look. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, we're trying this again. We're gonna come back and do a third and final look, and I'm gonna take this, adjust my mirror without adjusting my camera. We're gonna take this blush a little bit higher. So I reset everything, as I said I would, and we're gonna take this blush again, but let's just keep it up here. And then we will use the highlighter to top it. And I don't love things that require instructions, right? I want to be able to just kind of dip my brush into it and figure it out, because I'm not new. I've been doing this for a really long time. Anything that requires too much instructions, or, you know, oh, well, this is innovative, is just like, I can't be bothered, right? All right, so we're keeping that higher up. I'm gonna flip my brush over and I'm gonna go into this highlighter again. And we're just gonna kind of drape over the top, keeping the most of it at the high point of it, and then just sort of brush it down. I mean, it's a pretty glow. I just am not sure that this is, you know, kind of a universally flattering shade. I know it's not a universally flattering shade. I think there are other pink blushes that I like more. That makes me so mad, because I kind of stan Natasha Denona, right? I mean, like, I bought just about everything she's ever come out with. I didn't get this in PR. I bought this with my own money, so don't think that, you know, she's paying me to give you my review. I'm just trying to be as honest as possible. All right, I think I can make that work. Yeah, I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna have to do an eye look really quick. I loved the way this looked, but I put too much of it on last time. So I'm gonna take, and I still have this bigger, fluffier brush, I'm still gonna take Giddy, and I'm gonna start up with a little bit lower. It's kind of a base note for that shimmer. I really, really like that look that I did with this. That second look, really, really like that. Like, absolutely fantastic. So, but I wanna incorporate some of the pinks, the cooler tone pinks, into this warmer tone right here. Love this mid-tone shade. Super, super pretty. I think it's flattering, and I really, really like it. Okay, first shade is on. I'm gonna go back in. I need to clean this brush off a little bit here. Am I gonna mess up the whole thing by putting this pink on top of that? I think I want to, though. This is where we practice, right? This is where we try. This isn't gonna be the dominant color anyway, so it's okay if it just kind of is hanging out here underneath. Just kind of bringing it into the crease right there. I'm not getting really any patchiness, which is such a nice change. Sometimes we get a few of these mattes that come through from a brand and it's just like patch city. All right, you know what? That cool tone fuchsia and that warmer tone kind of rosewood, they actually look fine together. I wouldn't have thought so at first. I was like, this is not gonna, they're gonna clash. But I think the beauty of it is they still blend together to create their own shade. I don't have a problem with that. I'm going back into Giddy, which is the warmer shade. I just kind of want to bring up my hood a little bit because I'm feeling a little hood heavy today. All right, that fuchsia on top of that rosewood is giving me no issues at all. I'm gonna go into this darker shade right here in the middle called, I think it's called Ico. And we're just gonna keep deepening up this corner out here. Yeah, quality-wise, I'm not seeing anything that should be any kind of concern at all for anybody when it comes to like a typical Natasha Denona quality. How much was this palette? Was it like $68 or something? I think that was kind of like the going price range from the previous ones. I hope it wasn't much more than that. I like the fact that Ulta is now selling Natasha Denona, so hopefully this will show up there soon. Maybe even by the time you see this video, Ulta will have it. I noticed they didn't have the entire line. I bought this directly from her website. She does a pre-order, which on just about every new release, and I always get my stuff that way. And then I'm able to get it usually about the time it launches. This one might have been a day late. And then I'm able to film it usually right away. This came in late yesterday, so I didn't film it last night, mainly because I'm filming in my home office and I don't have any natural light. Boy, that dark. It's almost like an aubergine color. It's like a purpley, super dark, rich, delicious color. I love that. every now and then I'm changing mirrors and angles and kind of looking at it partly in my viewfinder, partly in my little standalone mirror, and then obviously in here. Now I'm gonna take that lighter pink, this one right here, called Juliet, and I need to fix that thing here. And I'm taking this over the majority of my lid because I want to top it with that other shade. And I'm not bringing it all the way into my inner corner because I'm going to use, I really like the way the highlighter looked with that. Yeah, this is where we know I have a makeup addiction, where I'm like, we need to put all of the shades on. Let's do all of them together and see what this looks like. Kind of go in with no intent. And then we're taking this, and I noticed that this shade right here called Affinity, I think is a little bit more of a topper shade. It's a little thinner than like a metallic, but I think it makes a beautiful topper. Finely milled kind of glitter particles without being glittery. You know, like it's like a eye grade shimmer. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but my leaky eye did not continue to get irritated when I used that shade on the other eye or on this time at all either. So I think it was just something environmental. I almost want to wet a brush and try it with that topper, but instead I'm just kind of pressing it over the top of those other shades to blend them together and give it a little bit more of a visual interest. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now I'm going to take highlighter again in this palette with just a little bit more of a, well, I've got a clean brush, which is a nice change. Take a little of that right here, which to me makes the perfect inner corner highlighter. Some people say they're not, you know, meant for that, but I don't see any reason why you couldn't use this for there. If you can use it on your cheeks, which is right underneath your eyes, why couldn't you use it actually on your eyelid? Correct me if I'm wrong. I know you guys like to do that, so correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe there's a reason not to. I know that sometimes certain shades are not meant to be used on your eyes. Like I'm, you know, surprised that kind of like the purple in here, or even the fuchsia pink would be considered not a face pigment, but you know, an actual eyeshadow. I'm assuming anyway. All right, and I'm just doing a little tiny blending because I felt like it needed to be. All right, you guys, I have no issue with how any of those turned out. I kind of want to take this blush, this, you know, the cream blush in here, and I wonder what this would look like underneath down here, kind of blending in that pink and that darker shade that I used to kind of dust it along the outer line. You know what? That's so much better because it's got kind of like this, you know, white blue undertone to it. Some pinks, when you put them too close to your eyes or you put them underneath your eyes immediately look bloodshot. And I think because that's a bluer based or a cooler toned undertone, I think it's fine. Let me put some mascara on and I'll give you my final thoughts. Try not to be late for my meeting, you guys. I gotta go, unfortunately. And I was sitting here kind of just like, oh, I'm just gonna play a little bit more. Don't do that. I'm gonna take a little bit more of this Pepto-Bismol pink blush. Just a little bit more up here. You know what? In a way, it's kind of pretty on the skin, but I gotta get out. As I'm filming in natural light, I feel like I need to get outside in natural light to see if I actually like it, because I'm normally like a blush abuser, right? I love a rich blush that gives your face a lot of shape and texture, and not texture, gives your face a lot of shape and things like that. And this is just a little bit more of a subtle look for me. I feel like I want to take one of her other blushes and go over the top of it. I'm gonna grab this one from her Love Cheek Duo from, I think, last year. And I'm taking the kind of a corally pink. Oh my gosh, I feel like that is so much better. I mean, I know the reason why she didn't do this is because she's already done this blush a couple times. She's done it in one of her bigger blush palettes, and then of course doing it in there. I don't know, that might have helped the whole situation for me a little bit. You shouldn't have to. If it's an all-in-one face palette, you should be able to do the whole thing in here. To me, this is maybe a little bit more of a whole bunch of eyeshadows, unless you're a highlighter person, right? I'm gonna put a little bit more highlighter on. I'm just gonna keep layering. All right, you guys, that's it for today's video. I'll go ahead and link the site down below. Actually, I'll send you to Natasha Denona's website if you guys are at all interested in trying this for yourself. I think the eyeshadows made a beautiful look. Like, I have zero issues with the eyeshadows at all. I'm definitely leaning more towards this side of the palette than I am this side of the palette, if that makes a difference to you guys. I hope you guys are doing really well. I hope you guys consider sticking around. Again, not sponsored, affiliated, endorsed. Natasha does not know that I'm doing this video. Not sure that she cares. But I did want to give you guys a take from a lay person, someone who's not a professional makeup artist, you know, lady of a certain age, maybe just like you, does this and a lot of other products. Do they actually work for us? I hope you guys are doing well. Go ahead and sign off down below. Tell me what you think, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.